Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and today is Monday, so you're going to get your Brooklyn weekly market report. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at Brooklyn supply came in at 33.61. Show me that chart.
33.61 is Noah on the dot. That's 0.4% higher than last week, and that's what we've seen over the last several months in Brooklyn. Supply is inching higher on a week-by-week basis.
Inching. That is the key word right there. Let's look at Brooklyn demand shifting to pending sales. Came in at 34.16. Is that inching, John? I don't know. Show me the chart.
No, pending sales having none of that inching business. Is just going foot by foot, kilometer by kilometer. It is up almost 2% from the week before, and that's just what we've seen. Yes. Brooklyn's just on a tear since the summer, and there's no end in sight right now.
Yeah, pending sales will be having none of that inch by inch stuff. Unbelievable. It does what it does. There is more stuff in contract right now than there is for supply active in Brooklyn, and that is why your market pulse is over 1. But John, I do want to take a minute and I want to look at the price trends real here in Brooklyn. When you look at price per square foot and you look at median sale price, you look year over year, you get two very different stories. Yeah. One is going down a little bit, one is going up. Okay. And I want to just talk about that a little bit. When I look at the price per square foot chart of Brooklyn, okay. And again, I'm not breaking this down by co-op, condo, townhouses. You'll notice how there's a couple of bars of gray, right? That's UrbanDigs saying that's too early, right? If you hover over it, it will even say incomplete data. However, we have had so much deal volume that we've talked about this, John. You're going to get major price discovery. You're going to get 2, 3, 4 times the amount of sales coming in, and you're going to get a lot of information on where the market is. When I look at what this incomplete data is, look at this, 359, 347, that's incomplete. Look at what the complete ones are, 315, 330, 360, 268. We're higher than the incomplete ones. So like I'm sitting here and the argument that I normally would make is that it's incomplete data. Don't look at it. But then I can't use that argument because we have the same data, if not more, than the previous month. So why is this going down?
Well, first of all, the incomplete data is really just a function of time. Like we basically say it's incomplete for a certain period of time, and then we say it's complete. But you're absolutely right, though. We've got more things in these bars than a lot of the previous bars. And what they're saying is, hey, there's a lot of sales here, but price per square foot is down. And what your question is, why? How is that happening? And the answer, I believe, is because there's so many townhouses that are in this data. And when you look at the Brooklyn price per square foot on townhouses, it's not that they're down, it's just they're bigger units. They trade at a lower price per square foot. They're trading in around $500
Let's do
a
that
square
for
foot.
1 second. Let's do that for 1 second, John. So I'm going to shift over here. I got this page already. I knew exactly where you're going to go. Yes, people, we do prepare beforehand for this kind of stuff. I look at the last 60 days in Brooklyn. I see 600 listings, 600 sales, 600 closings. And the price per square foot is, again, median 550, average just below 600. So that makes complete sense when you think about price per square foot at 924. If you start to have more of those sales come in at a lower price per square foot, that will happen. And if you look at median sale price, I think that further confirms what you're talking about, because look at that. That is more in line with what the sales market feels like in Brooklyn.
Yeah, even though median sale price does look a little bit toppy here, it looks like sort of that slope is starting to turn over. But just if I could shift the perspective a little bit, I just want to put this dynamic sort of make it a little more sharper for agents who are doing business in both boroughs. And that's that, if you look at Manhattan townhouse prices, where they've been price per square foot, you're looking at a sample of maybe 40 townhouses over that same period. And the price per square foot is well over $1,000. So when people think about, well, gosh, the Brooklyn townhouse market's going crazy, why is that? Well, simply because that's where the value is.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. I wanted to talk about that real quick. Let's now shift to the UrbanDigs dashboard. I am on the Brooklyn market ticker. Let's see how many listings came on in the last 7 days. Looks like 300. That is going down. Johnny, show me that chart.
Yeah, so just a few minutes ago, we were talking about how supply is inching higher on a week-by-week basis. And here we are on 1 week, and we're down 13% from the last week. And Noah, simply, I think this is because we're heading into summer. And I think that, we're going to start seeing these numbers drop off as we get into summer.
Yeah, and if you think about how it works, if we've been going up, and then we start to go like this, right? What happens, what makes it go like that is you have stuff like this. Yeah. That's what makes it go from going up to going flat, and then ultimately from rolling over. That's why we do this kind of stuff. Very interesting, John. Let me go to contract sign, get an idea of pace. 237 deals signed. That is also down in Brooklyn. Show me the chart.
It is down. I mean, it's down 10% from the week before. But look, it's still over 200. So demand in Brooklyn is still strong, but it's starting to ebb. This is, I think, the first time we've had 2 negative weeks in a row on the contract signed side.
Right.
But
Yeah.
honestly, Noah, we have Memorial Day next weekend, and that's going to kick off the summer season. And I think a lot of buyers are going to be thinking about the beaches instead of, they're going to think about the bare feet instead of square feet. And I think we're going to see the contract sign numbers start to drop as everything sort of equalizes for summer a little bit.
Yeah, the bare feet instead of square feet. I love that. And I also see supply falling at a faster pace than contracts. That is probably why your market pulse is still strong and maybe pressured to the upside a little bit. All these things are working together. We'll just tell you how they all fit into that piece of the puzzle. Excellent, John. Let's now get out of the UrbanDigs ecosystem and take a look at the Brooklyn rental market in a very unique way. What could you get from Brooklyn? John, explain what we're looking at over here.
So each of these charts, Noah, is a different bed count. So studios, 1 beds, 2 beds, 3 beds. And it's just how many of these units can you get below a certain price. So for studios, it's less than 2,000, 1 bed's less than 25, 2 beds, 28, right, and 3 beds, 3,300. And that's roughly the medians of where these have been for the last couple of years. And we're just going to want to get a sense for, how has the market changed and what can you get for that price? And so a couple of things stand out to me, and I'll point these out here. So if you look at the studio, 1 bed, 2 bed, 3 bed, the inventory on all of these is down. But when you look at the price trend for the smaller units, the studio and the 1 beds, is starting to trend up.
Right. So the black bars are my supply. The red lines are my last ask of my lease rates. So it's the median lease prices. Right. So I'm seeing an uptrend in the studio sector. I'm just trying to look here. I'm seeing a slight uptrend in the 1 bedrooms. I'm seeing a slight uptrend in 3 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms seem flat. But the 2-bedroom market seems the tightest in terms of the lowest supply going down as well. Very interesting, John. I mean, what is your overall takeaway from all of this?
Well, when we talk about supply, first of all, rental supply is a completely different beast. So this is really just the number of new listings that have come on a monthly basis. So that May chart really is incomplete. We have another week there. But the takeaway I have is, and this is something that's sort of rings true with a lot of the anecdotal stuff we've heard, which is that the larger apartments in Brooklyn are hurting on the rental side because formerly used as shares, a lot of those occupants are now shifting or opting, I suppose, to rent on their own, the studios, the 1 beds. And that is really to a detriment of those larger units.
Very interesting stuff. We'll see how this plays out. Thank you, John Walkup, for bringing all this data together. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are both from UrbanDigs. Don't forget, if you got questions, we got answers. Please visit our forum. Other than that, this has been your Brooklyn Weekly Market Report, and we'll catch you next time.